Hey everyone, you're watching the Christiana 329 and the Christiana, and today we are setting up my back patio. So I've already got some things off Facebook Marketplace and Amazon. This is the first time that I'm shopping in a store and actually buying some things. So I got these. Oh no. Like extra little backrest pillows for the chairs. It's just a tiny space, you'll see it later. But basically, two kind of comfy chairs with pillows, a rug, and a little side table to set like a drink, coffee, wine, whatever on, and sit out there and read during the few months of the year where it's actually nice enough to be outside. Anyway, I also wanted to put a little fire pit out there, but John said that it's too close to the trees, which I think if we did like a propane fireplace, it would be fine, because you got a lot more control over the flames than if it was a wood fireplace, but propane fireplace, not as nice. So these are the side tables that I'm thinking about, and look, they're 50% off, because I waited so late in the season. But I really want one that's food, because I think that's hilarious, but I don't know which one. And they also have all these little decor things that are adorable. I want a little gnome. I don't know how it'll fit though. Maybe I'll wait. If I wait, then I'm never gonna get it. I know that. I do want to get a citronella candle. So I'm going with the cheeseburgers. I needed something that the candle will fit here, but also like still have room for drinks, which is smaller than I was picturing. So I don't know. They do have these citronella candles, but I don't think that I can really, with the area that I'm going to be in, I don't think this will work for a couple of reasons. But then they have these ones that are, I'll go take up the entire thing, so that's obviously not gonna work. They have these down here that are just super long, so those won't work. I think I'm just gonna have to get them from like the grocery store or something. So they've got littler ones. Anybody else think citronella candles though don't work? Also, guess what time it is? Only a little bit, but it is starting and I'm so excited. That is adorable. I want 7. Hey, same day, but I took a shower, which is why my hair looks like this and my shirt looks different. Anyway, back home and putting together the cushions. This is the color. Looked like they would be thicker. That's 4 inches. I was thinking, I don't know. Anyway, so these, I got this for the seat. Got this for the back. I think they are, wait, I'm from Amazon. So can't be certain, but they are meant to be for outside, so waterproof and all of that, I hope. The chairs that I have, I'll show you in a minute, are not fully meant to be, I don't know, the people who previously owned them did some stuff, and so there's not a way for water to drain out of the things. So if it rains, the water is just going to pool in the bottom of the chair, which is not ideal. However, I didn't realize until after we had already loaded them up into the car that was the problem. But anyway, I think that we can just like cut out a little bit of the back of the seat part and make it work. So we don't have to worry about it too much. Anyway, my mom is gonna come to town soon, and help babysit our cats while John and I are at eBay Open in Chicago. More to that thought. Oh, so I wanted to get this all set up before she got here so that she could have a comfortable place to like hang out outside. Since she happens to be here the, during one of the few weeks of the year that it's comfortable for somebody from Georgia to be outside. Anyway, I thought that she was getting here on Tuesday, but she's actually getting here in a few hours. So, let's get this set up. Today is Saturday. That's important for that message. So when these cushions were shipped, they were like shrink wrapped and vacuum sealed, so they were like and they're real tight. And both of the seats came out like that. And it's better like after they sat and got to air out for a bit. However, still a little messy. A little bent, but I think after being used for some amount of time, that'll go away. Anyway.
And those are the new cushions?
Mm-hmm.
They don't seem like outdoor cushions.
I agree.
Did it say they were outdoor?
Yep. Like, feel the...
That feels outdoor, but that part doesn't.
I agree. I don't know if John realized I was filming. John and I are forever in discussion about how to get the least expensive option while still having quality. And yeah, at what point does like price and quality matter? And so I think if this was just me doing it on my own, and I didn't have to share the budget with any other humans, I would have bought different cushions that were more guaranteed to be higher quality and outdoor and all of that. Anyway, let's go put these outside, and then we can start putting the rest of the little thingies I got. So we poured this little pad of concrete here so that we could move that shed here, put a jacuzzi over there. But then we didn't want to do the jacuzzi thing because because we'd have to like do a whole bunch of stuff for the whatchamacallit, house, electrical, and it was gonna be real expensive, and we should have realized that before we poured the concrete. But hey, what are you gonna do? So now I'm gonna turn this into like a fun little outdoor reading space. Alright, so there we go. Got backyard neighbors, the good fence, I don't have to worry about them. This is the tree that John is worried about having a fire pit here. I feel like we could trim it down even and still be fine with a wood fire pit, because I would like to be able to be warm out here. Use this space more days of the year and like evenings and stuff, you know? And then I got this rug, and really I didn't want it to be a plastic straw rug. That's mostly what I was seeing online for reasonable prices. But it's not quite as heavy duty as I thought it was going to be, and so now I'm a little bit worried it's going to blow away in the wind someday. So we're going to have to figure out a way to stop that from happening. Also, I didn't measure, so let's see how this works. I don't know where I was standing when I started that shot. But look how cute. It looks kind of small on camera, but in person, it's a good size. I don't think it's centered, and I'm not going to worry about that. All right, there we go, final touches. I love the little cheeseburger. I'm not sold on that citronella candle. I think I'm gonna need to replace it. But like, just a nice little spot to sit and read, or sit and chat, or a cup of tea. What do you think? Think that I'm excited to try it out and hopefully not be eaten alive by bugs. I think that I'm gonna have to get some different cushions at some point. And geez, if you thought the seating cushions were indoor, you're definitely gonna think the little bolster round pillows are not for outdoor. They don't feel like it, but that's what they said on the tag was outdoor, so who knows. They're so cute. Now I want to go and get a beverage and sit out there, but we got stuff to do. So we have a back patio set up now for me and Fortran, and I'm gonna read a little bit, and this is what it looks like. I'm gonna need you to do something with Fortran. Oh, and I started a new Instagram channel. It's an experiment for a video I'm doing on this channel about all of those Instagram and TikToks and stuff that it seems like their only content is about gaining engagement on their content, which is about gaining engagement. So it's like, for every like, comment, share, I'll pay a dime towards my debt. And then every video is just them updating you on the amount of their debt, and there's no extra content about financial literacy or anything like that. Those channels, I don't know if you're in the same part of the internet as me, but I get them a lot. And so I want to find out, does it actually work? How does it work? And so if you see that one, don't mention this channel, but there'll be a video on here at some point where I'm covering how that goes. Okay.